Welcome back to another Sunday Swings, everyone. We have now been doing Sunday Swings for half a year, which is great. And this week I have a lot of JPY pairs. So let's get right into it. First, NZD CAT. NZD CAT is a high risk pair because obviously it's pretty. This is just a bit unclear what is happening right here. If you were to get a bit technical, if we don't consider this a structure point, then it's from here to here. Then this I would consider a structure point. Then we went bullish and had a bit of a retracement to this, but we're still bullish because we broke above this point. So we had this doji. I am interested in buys if we break above this level. I don't really know about this trade, just something spoke to me that this was an interesting idea. I kind of like how it looks, even though I would still consider it a risky trade. But if we count this as a structure point, then we are bullish. And then this is also a nice confluence. We are not going to go bullish on the 4 hour, considering this huge move, because we won't break out of this. But we have the daily then as bullish, and here we had the structure point, so we are bullish on the lower time frames, or we will be bullish if we break above this structure point while there. Then Euro JPY. Euro JPY may be my favorite pair. On the weekly, we had this doji. On the daily, we are at this area of interest, at this resistance. We rejected here and here, and I hope to reject from this area right there again. We are at the 4 hour EMA, but as support and not as resistance, which we will have to break through. But I think if we get a daily bearish engulfing, then this will be a great trade. If we get a kind of this shift of structure, bearish engulfing on 2 hour, 4 hour, then I will enter the trade to the downside, probably to this area of interest right here, and then I will have to see if I have reached a minimum of 1 to 2, 1 to 2.5 risk to reward. NZD JPY also sells. On the daily, we are at this area of interest. We had a doji, so we might have a rejection to the upside. However, I like this trade more to the downside because we kind of already broke below this area of interest. And I think that it looks better to go to the downside. Everything looks, well, this is definitely bullish, but it is, retracing to the downside from this push. I just think this looks pretty good. We have this super strong area of interest, a bit more of a break, and then retest, and then the move to the downside, and that's already it for NZD JPY. CAD JPY, I am interested in buys to the upside and not sells like the other JPY pairs, because we're at this strong area of interest, kind of strong, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 taps. And then we have this smaller area of interest. So I'm interested in taking buys from the upside to the upside. If we break above this area of interest, have the retest back down and then move to the upside. Probably to this resistance. Or I am interested in taking sells if we break below this area of interest. Break below, retest, sells to the downside. Then Euro GBP, just like last week, I already had this pair last week for the exact same trade. Sells to this area from here. I just never got the kind of entry that I wanted because we are still bullish here. Because these two highs never broke above this high. And now we're at the same level. I guess if you look at the 30-minute, if we just break down below this, then we are already bearish. So I'm basically just interested in the same trade. We are at this strong area of interest again. We have the EMA as a resistance. We have a doji on the weekly at the area of interest, which is pretty nice. So hopefully we reject from this area and have to move to the downside. We could definitely have a break to the upside and then have the move to the upside, but I'm not interested in trading this. AUD JPY, we have this strong area of interest, super nice, bearish engulfing. I want a retest to this area a bit. Then we have the 4-hour EMA as well. And then we have the daily EMA here, which isn't too nice as a support, but the EMA is only a smaller confluence considering we are mostly look at the price action. It kind of looks like a head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, and let's say we don't count this as a right shoulder, then maybe we create the right shoulder, even though this might take some time. So let's just say this is the right shoulder and let's say this is the neckline. And then just have the move to the downside, pretty self-explanatory. And then CHF JPY, we are bearish right now. I mean, we are, unless we count this structure point, I wouldn't count it. We're also bearish here. On the weekly, we are bullish. I am just more interested in taking buys from this area right here. Last week, there were some nice sell opportunities from this area right here, because you have the head and shoulders retest, looks pretty good. I didn't take it though, even though we had multiple opportunities. But now I'm interested in taking buys. If you look at the trend on the time frames, it's also a higher risk trade considering that the daily is bearish and the 4 hours also bearish. But I think, you know, we are pushing and pushing to the upside. We're pushing even more. Then we have a retracement, and now I'm expecting to go back up and continue this trend. And we have some structure that we can work with. So we are not at the highest point ever. which is important. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to set a working not stop loss, take profit, because we wouldn't know where to end the trade. But yeah, I like this higher risk, just like NZD-CAD. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs with JPY correlation, and the main theme is to go for sells, JPY and Euro JPY sells, NZD JPY sells, CAD JPY. I think both directions look pretty good. AUD JPY and CHF JPY. Well, AUD JPY sells and CHF JPY buys. Okay. And then NZD CAD, you have those buys, and Euro GBP, these sells. Yeah, that's already it. We just have to set an alert, wait for it, get into the trade, set the trade, and then forget the trade. And that's already it. We now have 26 weeks, I think, so half a year of SetAndForget Sunday swings, which is cool. And starting today, I will start posting my Sunday swing summaries, the ones I have already done on YouTube and Rumble will also now be uploaded to TikTok, and I will also start doing trade recaps in a short form vertical video content form on TikTok and YouTube, so you can expect those. And that's already it. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.